I heard you want to reduce your calorie intake but not go on a diet, and I'm totally here for that because diets are most of the time not always a good option. It really depends on what diet you're looking at. Like very low calorie diets that talk about eating 500 calories, they're just not that good for you, and they require clinical supervision over a long period of time. So if you're gonna do that, definitely take some supplements and seek clinical help. Yep, just wouldn't recommend them. One way you can reduce your calories is by increasing physical activity. Physical activity can be anything from, doing knee races, running, doing jumping jacks, climbing, walking, swimming, going to the gym, all sorts of things. Now be wary of these tracking systems. They greatly overestimate how many calories you burn. You can even go dancing, if you like that. It doesn't have to be complicated, and it doesn't have to be anything major. If you don't have time during the day to exercise, you can even take the stairs instead of the elevator or the escalator at work or class. Step number 2, you can increase your intake of fruit and veg. This doesn't have to be that complicated either. You can even just buy a pre-cut vegetable bag from the frozen section and pour it in your stew, or you can buy a already prepared salad, or maybe order a vegetarian option when you're going for a sandwich. It doesn't have to be that complicated, and you don't have to do it yourself. Frozen options or takeaway options are perfect. Doing this would usually cause you to either have to substitute something, like take something out, or you would eat a little bit more. And in this case, it's important to listen to your body's signals. Some people might have trouble with listening to your body's signals. In case of that, don't take note of this advice. Just let it go in through one ear and out through the other. But this advice usually appeals to people who have to substitute something. So maybe eat a little bit less meat, or eat a little bit less pasta, or a little bit less rice. Yeah, just make sure you take a little bit out and put a few more vegetables in. Remember, these are low, well, it depends on the vegetable, but generally they are low in calories and high in lots of high in micronutrients and low in calories. So substituting fruit and veg for maybe meat or or like rice or something, that would usually even out. Like, you would get the fullness, but eat less calories in general, or in total rather. Third option is to minimize processed foods and takeaway. Now, I'm saying minimize. It is imperative that you listen to this. Minimize. You don't have to cut it completely out. There's no food that has to be restricted, and there's no food that is unhealthy in its entirety. It's all about moderation and variation. So you can eat your Toblerone, you can eat your vanilla ice cream, you can eat whatever. Just don't eat one whole Toblerone a day. Maybe limit it to a piece a night if you want, or maybe, I don't know, if you eat 4 packs of crisps, maybe you only eat 1. It's not as simple as I tell you on this video. There's a lot that goes into changing your habits, your lifestyle, your cravings, your I haven't found a better word than lust, but the desire for delicious, hyper industrialized and processed foods, but just minimize them. And if you feel hungry, you can substitute with fruit and veg, or maybe some crackers that are high in fiber. They would usually have a little badge on it saying high in fiber. Yeah, simple. Well, it sounds simple, can be difficult to do, but yeah, if you never try, you never know. I hope that this was a great help for you in case you wanted to decrease your calories without going on a diet, because you absolutely don't have to go on a diet if you don't want to. There are lots of other ways and changes that you can make, such as these. These are obviously just 3 random examples that you could use. So if you have other ones, feel free to share them, because some people might use them. And if you found other ideas that work for you, just use these or just use those instead, and then forget about the ones I told you about. It doesn't really matter as long as it works for you and your life. And I hope I will see you soon.